Hi, welcome to The Peaceful Home. I've been gone from YouTube for about 3.5 months, and in that time span, I have done quite a bit of thrifting. I've done some vintage flea markets, and I'm going to break this into 2 different videos and show you my haul. Welcome back. It's so good to have you here. If you're new, I'm TeresaElling. I'm a professional organizer, a parenting coach, a wife and homeschool mom to 6 graduated kids. I cover all things home and family on this channel. First of all, I want to address a question I got, which was, why are you so into thrifting? And I will take this to mean thrifting, flea markets, yard sales, antique stores, shopping for secondhand goods. And I have 3 reasons that I love to shop secondhand. Number 1 is you can get very unique vintage items. I love being able to find something that was once in someone else's home, or more likely in a grandparent or great-grandparent's home, depending on the age of the item. I am just a person that loves the story behind the item, or just the idea that this once had life with another family. I think it's a way to bring really unique items into your home, and it's not what everyone else has. Number 2, to save money. Now, while I love shopping at antique stores, that is often what I do when I'm traveling or as a last resort when I'm looking for something because of the higher prices. Now, often I can get brand new items at thrift stores, from clothing to small appliances to toys for kids, things that will make great gifts, things that maybe I was considering buying and now I can get it at a fraction of the cost. And then when it comes to vintage and antique items, you are just going to save so much money over an antique store. So that is a big plus. Number 3, it forces me to space out my decorating for the sake of my budget and the look I'm going for. So I could go to Target, I could go into Marshall's, I could go to Wayfair and purchase an entire room, from furniture to rugs to lamps to vases to pillows, everything I could want, and have a room overnight. Now, for one thing, it's going to cost me a fortune and probably blow my budget right there. For another thing, it's going to look like I bought this straight out of a catalog. It's not going to look curated. It's not going to look personal. So because I'm taking my time and I'm on the hunt for vintage items, for unique things that I've never seen in anyone else's home, it enables me to have that look. And I do have to be patient because you just don't find what you want right away. I recently went to an estate sale, and for one thing, it was pouring rain the entire time. And this was a farm, so there was a home and probably at least 5 outbuildings, including sheds and barns, storage rooms. The previous owner was a photographer, so there was the studio with all of these frames and photos. It was really interesting, but I had to slosh around in quite a bit of mud to get from place to place. Hey there, welcome to The Peaceful Home. I'm at an estate sale. It's pouring rain, but my daughter had come earlier and she said, Mom, you really should go check it out. So I just noticed the where the cashier is, their Easy Up just literally blew over in the wind. So it's a bit stormy, but hopefully most things are indoors. I'm gonna go see what they've got. So I'm going to show you a few of the things that I got that day. I picked up a book. Have you ever read Mama's Way? If you have, I want you to comment below and tell me, because I've never met anyone that's read this book. I actually found it in high school. I don't even know how I found my books in high school. I guess at bookstores, right? There was no internet, no online shopping. But I just remember loving this book. And because I have Scandinavian heritage, I was all the more interested in it. So I was happy to find this book. I think the cover is really sweet, but it's pretty beat up. But the linen cover is really beautiful as well. I also picked up a felt hat, which I think is lovely. I love the braided felt that's around as a hat band, and I think it's really cute. I don't usually wear hats, but I do love to have them hanging in my home. I'll wear a straw hat in the summer when I'm by the river or the pool. I also picked up a few baskets. These were piled up in this shed, and there were spiders and 2 inches of dust, but that is the price you pay to hunt for these amazing things. This is a beautiful basket. I've never seen one like this, so pretty unique. I also got this one and love it. It is in great condition. There are no pieces missing or broken. It has a nice solid bottom. So I'm excited to put these to use. This was a great find. I found some china, some transferware that is absolutely beautiful. So here's a creamer, the sugar bowl. There was only one plate in the collection, unfortunately. It was a very mismatched set. This is from Tunstall, England. And there's also a gravy boat and the little saucer. How many of you know what these are? You could use them for so many things. These are butter pats. If you have some of these, let me know below what kind you have and where you got them, because they really don't make things like this anymore. It used to be that at a fancy dinner, they would put molded butter on this little plate. I believe it goes on the upper left of your plate. You know, table settings are very particular in where things should go. But I just thought these were so pretty, this nice little set. And they could be used for all kinds of things, but the entire set was $5. The last thing I want to show you from the estate sale are these 2 outdoor chairs. And I think they're really cute. They're old, but very sturdy. The side tables collapse and then prop up so you could set a drink or a plate there. I thought they were so cute. And I'm thinking about sometime this year redoing our tack room porch. We have just a little room that holds all the tack for our horse and just a bunch of other stuff for our animals. And there's a little front porch on it that is really cute, kind of quaint and rustic. And I would love to do something out there just to take advantage of that space. So I think these chairs would be perfect there. I was pretty sure that I could get the chairs in my car. It's kind of one of my superpowers to be able to look at something and go, yes, that will fit in my car, or no, it won't. And I would say I'm right about 98% of the time. Well, I could not get these chairs in my car. And again, pouring rain. So I asked if I could come back. This was actually in the same season that all the flooding was happening. If you didn't see my video about the flooding on our property, I'll link that below. But our truck was filled with a bunch of stuff that we needed to move out of the way of all the water. And so I realized I have nowhere to put that right now. I can't take the truck. So I thought about it some more and I realized, okay, I think I know now how to get these chairs in at the right angle and it'll work. So I went back. Sure enough, I was actually able to get them in my car. One in the back seat and one in the trunk. The other thing I found when I went back the next day was a pair of skis. Now, these are so old and beat up. The tip is missing on one of them. They're just rusted out, but I thought they were really cool. And I think in the winter around Christmas, they would look so great just propped up like next to my front door. So I grabbed those. The set was $5. So that was it for the estate sale. Just this last weekend, I went to another Junk in Your Trunk event. If you haven't watched me before, you might not know what that is, but it's a local vintage fair. I have sold there in the past. My daughter and I have had a booth several times, but I love to shop there. This time I only got a couple of things. I did find this Mary Cassatt print, and I think it's lovely. I will need to reframe it and probably will use it in my bedroom. The last thing I got at Junk in Your Trunk was this amazing fishing basket, and I have been looking for one. This is just one of the most beautiful ones I've seen. I love the latch. It's hand carved and it loops through a piece of the wicker to close. Of course, there's a hole in the top to slip your fish right in. There are no hinges and there's no strap, but I know that I can replace those with some leather. So I'm gonna look for some scrap pieces and see if I can get that fixed up. I imagine this just hanging on a pegboard or maybe even on the front door with some spring flowers in it. I'll find some kind of use for it. Well, that's it for this haul and the 3 reasons that I buy secondhand. Thank you so much for joining me today on The Peaceful Home. God bless you.